Yo, Shalom Israel. First, I want to start by giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham, Qadash. Double honors into the elders, apostles, and bishops of GMS Great Millstone, and Shalom unto the elect, and peace and salutations unto those that are in the household of faith of Yahawah. My name is Yeshaya, and I'm going to do a quick video. I'm actually going to be doing this one in a blue letter. I'm going to do a quick video on what is a prophetess, right? So I want to first also get the etymology before we get into the Strongs of a prophetess. Right? So a woman who speaks or prognosticates, I don't even know what that word means. Let's find out. Define. So, foretell or prophesy. By divine inspiration, a sibyl, I also don't know what that one means, in ancient times, to utter the oracles and prophecies of a power. So, a sibyl, right, from model. So, if you look up prophetess in these texts and you look up the definition of like what is a prophetess, all right, let's just look here. Right, and you're gonna see, quickly, prophetess is a woman considered being in contact with the divine being and who speaks on their behalf, right? But as we know, like, this is a thing. This is a really important thing because this can cause confusion if you're not circumspect and double check exactly what it is that you're understanding. Because you got to understand this new slang, as the language got changed, all throughout, even the generations back, man. The new slang thing isn't just like since Renaissance or now, or since Romans till now. New slang has been a thing all throughout the the generations. There's nothing new under the sun. All things of old are as of new, or as of now. Salak, roughly paraphrasing out of Ecclesiastes, the first chapter. Right? Just a matter of fact that nations have been mixing words up, throughout many of the different generations, and prophetess is one of them that you clearly just seen, that these supposedly, primary sources that you can find definitions from are actually misdefining what a prophetess really means, right? And let's go ahead and get 1 Corinthians 14 and 36 to cut the fact that a prophetess is not a woman who prophesies, right? Prophesy, really the word prophesy means to bring out the truth, right? A woman has no place in the teaching of a ministry, right? Now, do women have a place, right? They have that place under a man whom would be the prophet, a man of the Lord, right? And even more, a man of the Lord who prophesies unto the sound doctrine and in accordance to the names of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and the pure sound doctrine of a true man of the Lord, right? Because there are a lot of false prophets as well, man, right? So, I mean, you got to understand that the people are deceived as well as delusional, right? The Lord did say, I shall send strong delusions unto a man. Like, the Lord can send these delusions unto a man, right? The Lord can send these delusions to a man, and that man is in charge of his household. So now his whole household is fucking delusional in a wayward doctrine that they have no clue of what meaning that might be, right? So let's get this. We'll do 1 Corinthians 14 and 34 in the NIV on the left side. Says, women should remain silent in churches. They are not allowed to speak. Must they be in submission as the laws say, right? And in submission, who is that in submission to? That is their husband. And if they want to inquire about something, they should ask their own husband at home, for it is disgraceful for a woman to speak in the church. So even to speak, even to raise her voice in the church, even to say anything in the church. What is the church? The church, the scriptures say, if 2 or 3 men are gathered in my name, I am among them. Like the Spirit may be among those 2 or 3 men, And the Lord did also say that, he dwelleth not in churches made by man, or the man's hand. So not these fucking Roman 501c3 churches that are everywhere around the fucking block like McDonald's. The Lord dwells within the congregation of his men that he has set up as prophets to bring out the truth. Church, is, a congregation of men of the Lord who've gathered to bring out the truth, who do lessons, who edify, exhort, rebuke. If you go to these 501c3 churches, man, they're not going to do that. They're going to tell you a prophetess is a woman who prophesies, and they're going to tell a woman to give a testament, and then they're going to sing and holler and dance and do all this stuff to a fucking Caesar Borgia, man. They're not even the true Lord. That is a fucking that is an idol that was made up all the way back, by Ptolemy. But guess what, man? We're in Babylon the Great, and that's the standard nowadays. But as a man of the Lord, or even a curious, those few sisters that are, in His truth, take this and understand it. That you gotta really almost wipe your brain clean. That's why the Lord said, you can't have you can't have new wine in old wine bottles, man. You gotta have new everything. You gotta be reborn, and when you're being reborn, you gotta erase all that shit. It's ignorant to think that you possess great knowledge when you come into this truth and try to apply the knowledge you have in the past to what you're about to learn, because what you're about to learn is levels and levels and levels ahead of what the fuck you believe when you first come in. And that goes for everybody, man. That goes for everybody. Everybody goes through that period. So to get more back to the topic, women do not have a place to speak in church. Neither do they have a place to be speaking unto the congregation of men. So, that's why even GMS doesn't have women inside of the churches at all, because it's just like, hey, they need to be dealing with their husband at home anyways. They need to be learning from their husband at home anyways. They don't have a need to be at, the church among men, man. That causes discrepancies. And GMS, quite frankly, one of the few camps that was circumspect and wise enough to put a stop to that. Right? But hey, look, now that we got this, we're going to go all the way back to the beginning where we started. We understand that this is that a prophetess isn't talking about a woman whose job it is to prophesy by inspiration of a divine power, because that's what this fucking definition is going to tell you. We're actually going to get this definition real quick, quick hit. So if you look up the word prophetess here in the Strong's, you're going to get a few different definitions, but you got to apply the right one to the right text and what is actually going on. Let's take a look. So you got prophetess right here in Isaiah 8 and 3. So then I made love to the prophetess, and she was conceived and gave birth to a son. What is that prophetess? That is actually Isaiah's wife. That is Isaiah's wife. The prophet Isaiah, that was his wife. He made love to that prophetess. That was his wife. They'd been joined in marriage. So that's one text. Because a prophetess, by definition, in accordance to what we're about to get pretty soon, is a prophet's wife, right? Let's learn about a trait of a prophetess. Let's learn about what the prophetess actually do. What their job is to do. We understand that women keep silence in churches, and they learn from their husbands at home. So that's not to say that these prophetesses don't get special things, given unto them via dreams and, the spirit to, abide by their husband and be submissive. That's not to say that they don't receive those things, right? Let's get this. Luke 2, and let's go all the way to 36. And we're dealing with Anna. We're going to read Luke 2 and 36 on the left-hand side, and then we're going to get the definition. It says, there's also a prophet, but notice how the KJV says prophetess, so the NIV is going off right there. Anna, that the daughter of Penuel in the tribe of Asher, she was very old. She lived with her husband 70 years after her marriage, and then was a widow until she was 84. She never left the temple, but worshiped night and day, fasting and praying. Coming up to them that she gave thanks to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, spoke about the child to who were looking for, and forward to the redemption of Jerusalem. When Joseph and Mary had done everything required by the law, of the Lord, they returned to Galil, to their town in Nazariah. So, she was a devout woman, Anna. She was married for a very long time. Her husband had died, and she was widowed for until she was 84, I think it said. What was she? 84. So, if you grab the Strong's version right here, so we're gonna click on here. Just for the newer people that don't know how to use the Blue Letter Bible, you should be having this Bible, and you should be using it, because the Blue Letter gives you some of the most accurate definitions that you'll find on these words. And words are an extremely important thing, because they're an expression that's been given unto us from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. He contacts us through words, through his parables, through the writings that he's given to his prophets. And then, the prophets, they use words. So words they're a very big deal. You got to be careful what you say. You got to be careful, what you take in as well. So Strong's. So we're gonna click on the 37th verse, interlinear and concordance. You're gonna click that, and then it's gonna bring up the Greek interlinear text, right? And then you're gonna go find the word that you want to look up. This is just for the newer people out there. Oh, so I clicked on the wrong verse. Same stuff. And then you're gonna go to prophetess. Fourscore. Did I click on the wrong verse again? Yeah, it's 36, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So prophetess. Click over here on this left side of the screen. It'll just pull up this whole thing right here. And then it says prophetess. So prophetess.
Strong's G 4398. Prophetess.
Prophetess, right? So prophetess, so prophetess, a woman to whom future events or things hidden from others are at times revealed by their inspiration by dreams or vision. A woman who declares or interprets oracles. So the accurate one here is a woman whom future events or things hidden from others are at times revealed by inspiration or by dreams or visions, right? By dreams or visions. So there it is. A prophetess has, a position of being under her husband. She may receive dreams or visions that she will deliver unto her husband for him to break down, through the Spirit. She takes care of children. She bears children to her husband. She does those things, womanly things, by inspiration of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, because that he ultimately gives that woman the spirit to do that. As we're in Babylon the Great nowadays, women have great pride, but pride had come before the fall, and that's why you see the women that are in the state that they're in right now. A lot of these girls are having fun, going out bars, partying, having all these male mates, and then they're gonna grow up corrupt in their 40s. Grow up corrupt in their 30s. They're corrupt now, and it's only going to get worse as time goes by. And that's why the divorce rates are bad. That's why courts, some people got to deal with, co-parenting, dads over here and moms over there. And, the world is out of order, and that's what brews these children. When you have a broken up household, now these children are confused and fucked up. And, man, some of these children are already born with some terrible spirits. And that just develops them to even be bigger niggas, man, to be bigger problems. So, it's important that, if there's any Aqua women, sisters that are possibly watching this video, very, very, very deeply meditate on asking the Lord to give you the spirit to be submissive, to be the spirit to be humble, and the spirit to, go into your husband and learn from your husband and solely from your husband, man. Right? Because a prophetess is not a woman who preaches this word. If you see women that are out here trying to bring out the truth, they're going off and they're stiff-necked and delusional because they refuse to acknowledge the many, many, many precepts that say that women have no place in the church. Speaking. Women have no place speaking in the church and bringing things out. And it's not a disrespectful thing. It's not a rude thing. It's what the Lord says, and if you don't like it, fuck off, right? I'm gonna get one more. Should be, man, you gotta spell perfect, prof. There's other verses that have it, but I'm gonna get the Strong's version here. Prophetess, collinear, the prophetess. So in this definition, it says ancient type endowed with a gift of song. So Miriam, given a gift of song. Later consulted for a word, a false prophetess, and Nodiah, the wife of the prophet Isaiah. So these are different examples. That's why I said you gotta, put it correctly to, what it belongs to. But in this, by definition, a prophetess is a prophet's wife. By definition, a prophetess is a prophet's wife, right? And they should always be under their husbands humbly. I pray this lesson was edifying. On the last to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham, Qadash, Shalom, and good luck to y'all, Akim and Aquas.